Now, you said Neiman Marcus, right? I want to make that sure. Okay. How did you establish a relationship with them? Was it, through going into the store and showing them samples, or, how
We
did that work?
actually, being in this industry, we've met so many people. So we've met with people that have worked with them before. And so in that case, we definitely had an introduction, and they loved the product from the get-go. They wanted something exclusive. So we worked with them on that. Actually, our trip to China was just for that project, was to get a leather ballet flat, because that's something we never did before. But with that being said, some of our other retailers, we've, you know, made introductions just from simply calling them up on the phone and saying we have a great item that we'd love to, meet them in person and show the item to them. And they loved it. So they took it on last quarter.
Okay. I mean, I'm not really familiar with the retail business, so hearing this is kind of interesting. So I don't understand why you had to go to China specifically to get the leather like product.
Well, we've been doing business with them for over a year, so it's kind of time. We thought we should
Oh,
definitely go meet these people. But from the get go, we were always doing PU, which is this type of shoe. It's a PU material, and we never had this construction in a leather version. And it was a great account for us, a great opportunity. So we said, what, let's just go there, figure it out in one trip. And come back and make sure the order it was very time limiting. We had to get the order out very soon, so we went and just got it done.
okay, great. Um, so I mean, what have you learned from that's essentially like exponential success for you guys. Within 1 year, 1 million. Like, what have you guys learned from all of this?
I think we've learned a lot. I think starting out, I don't, we weren't sure if it would ever get this far. um, but I think persistence is one of the main tips that I could give. Just keep trying, keep pushing. It's hard pushing a new idea, a new concept, because a lot of these retailers don't want to take on the risk of trying something new. So definitely persistence. Let's see. Just doing it, like I said before, just starting and seeing how it goes and tweaking along the way. If we never started back in June 2009, I don't think we would have had this much success and tracking ever since. So I think that's pretty much it. I mean, there's a lot of other things. I'll probably think of it later on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely persistence, I would say.
What about some kind of failures that you guys had to like kind of overcome? Like, what
So
did you learn from that?
we get that question a lot. Um, so, when we started, I think projecting was the hardest part. Seeing, what sizes, what colors, how many units we would be able to sell. So we took basically to figure out these numbers, we took surveys, things like that. But when we first started, we just had one color and one size, basically like a small, medium / medium large, so two sizes. But it definitely didn't cover the full size run from size 5 to size 10. So we quickly, made a larger size. We had a few emails from people saying, you guys need to come out with the size 10 and 11. So we, I manufactured those sizes. But that's one thing in particular that, I wish we did from the get-go.
Okay, great. Wow. I mean, it's when the interview went so fast that all my questions have been answered. You know, I'm sure you guys have been doing a lot of press releases and stuff like that. What's what's one story that you haven't told, in other press releases about like the history of the company?
It's a good question. I think we've kind of covered all the possibilities. um, we've covered our story, we've covered tips, we've covered college entrepreneurs, we've covered women entrepreneurs, we've covered, launching in a recession. I think, to be honest, all of our press releases, we've tweaked it in so many ways. I mean, I would be really interested if someone could, give me another idea, because we kind of racked our brains up until this point. Um,
What about
but yeah,
pricing? How did you
I'm
guys
sorry.
price it? Pricing.
Pricing. Oh, how do we figure out pricing? Well, essentially, when we first launched, we took surveys of our different students at NYU, as well as our friends, as to how much they would pay for this type of product. And that was great, because it really gave us a range to figure out, should we sell for $25, $20, or should it be a little bit more higher end? But I think definitely in this type of economy, women love to shop, but they like that notion of guilt-free shopping. So if they can pick something up for $20, walk out of the store and feel like, I got something novel, I got something I'll use for $20, I think that that's instrumental. And I think that's why we've sold so many, because it's just the perfect add-on, it's the perfect accessory. So the surveys definitely helped us, as well as, just figuring out how much we could, what was the least amount we could sell them for based on our cost of producing the product and running the business.
Okay. Now, how close did that number from the survey come to your actual price?
It's
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got lucky. So the product's been ever since.
Okay. Another question came to me. You guys mentioned you like when this whole business thing started, you had a pretty big network. Did you guys have to do anything like in terms of networking to build that up before your business, or did you always have that?
I mean, start from the get-go, we had a great network in terms of advisors, teachers. We were able to get pro bono lawyers through the Berkeley Center of Entrepreneurship at Stern. And we also, definitely had a lot of friends that supported us. But in the industry, we've had to do a lot more networking through trade shows, through emailing other people that have kind of been there, done that. We definitely from the get-go started asking advisement from companies that launched with one product, specifically products that kind of fall in that fashion solution category. So we, definitely networked after we launched with those types of people as well.
Okay. At what point did you think, okay, this is gonna work? Like, was there certain milestones when you hit? You're like, okay, we're gonna hit a million.
National launches, and not just getting the opportunity to have the product in store, but the product actually selling. I think that kind of showed us, this is an item that's going to do well, and it has a really long life cycle. That was one of our biggest fears, is that the product is so demonstrative by nature. As I showed you, the pouch turns into a bag, the shoes unfold, they fold up. So, it was definitely something that we were worried wouldn't be explained immediately at the retail level, but it's performed phenomenally. And so that's definitely been a huge success and milestone, and it's a fact and sales statistics we can take from the current retailers and go to other retailers and say, this would be a great item. It definitely sells.
Okay. Yeah. Follow-on question with what you were saying with the demonstration of like how to use the bag and everything. Did you factor that into the whole product, or did you, when you go to trade shows, like actually have to demonstrate how this works, or did someone just naturally know how to use it?
We have great packaging. I can actually show it to you if you'd like. 1 second. Okay, so this is it. It has a die-cut box, and we specifically did this so you can see that there's folded shoes inside of here, but at the same time it's a box. And the reason we did that is because it's a great gift. So people love to grab it. It's art. You just throw a bow on it and you're set. At the trade shows, things like that, we're very interactive. We go up to people and say, hey, check out this product, see how it works. We're both not shy in that aspect. But definitely, the product has proven itself if we are there to demonstrate it, and if we're not. We've also tried some TV advertising and testing to see, if it's shown on television, if it would, increase sales. And that's definitely worked as well.
Okay. Any last things you want to mention about your company? What's next for you guys?
So, do you want to see? I can show you quickly.
Sure.
Let's see over here. We have a few cool things in the woodworks. This is something in particular, which is a foldable flip-flop. So this folds in half, which is great for the warmer seasons. Something else we have is these shoe clips, which are really cool. They just clip on to, the shoe, so you can just kind of snap it on and wear it. Same with that. So I think that, in terms of the vision and the mission of the company is to come up with fashion solution products that serve some type of purpose or have some type of, interactive component to them. So that's definitely, all the products we produce will have something that solves a problem, most likely.
Okay. Susie, great. Thank you.
All right.
Learned a lot, I think. I mean, I'm not really in this industry, but I'm definitely learning a lot about it, and I hope the members do as well.
Great. Well, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out to Katie and me. Our email is contact@cityslips.com. We're always looking to advise young students as to launching a company and would love to be involved. So if you guys have any other questions, definitely feel free to reach out to us.
Okay, great.